threat of disaster is never pleasant.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers podcast.
These safety measures are essential.
The only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment.
This will be your source of survival instructions and information. Every member of the family must be coached in the business of survival.
Here are your hosts, Cam and Kobe.
Yeah,
Kobe? Cody.
Colby. Cody. My kids get so mad when people call me by the wrong name. And I'm like,
It happens all the time.
you just got to deal with it because you can't do anything about it. People are dumb.
Yeah.
You know? Or people
You don't
just
say it about my dad.
Yeah, it doesn't have no L in there.
I swear I've heard Cody
Oh, yeah.
like 6 times in the last month.
Really?
Like
yeah.
for you.
Yeah. Strats. He still calls me Colby. Yeah. And having a last name that's hard too is even worse.
Yeah.
Because everybody's coon rat.
Cody.
Yeah, no, that ain't it. But anyways.
It is what it is.
Kobe's here, Colby's here, Cody's here.
All 3.
Everybody.
All 3 showing up today.
But you got to show up today because we have a great episode.
We do have a good episode.
Right?
We did the Riot episode like way back when we were doing the notes in like
Evernote?
it might have been.
That probably was.
Because
right?
I was looking back to find just what we talked about. But today,
did you find them? I couldn't find them.
You know what? They actually were in the Apple notes.
Oh, they were?
Remember we did
there
that
you
for
go.
like a month.
We did, yeah. Yeah.
But we're going to talk about riot and civil unrest in a scenario.
Yeah.
Scenario
episodes. Man, these have been so much fun.
They are fun.
Yeah.
It makes you think. Because most of the time you just get info.
You ain't
don't
thinking.
even put it in place.
Most of the time you ain't thinking.
Oh,
at
I
all.
never think.
No.
I have never thought once during this podcast.
This is a first.
Obviously.
We're excited.
And it comes out in the form of a new language.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're thinking, and you're thinking right, you're thinking about Battlebox. Did you know that?
Of course.
Because it is the monthly subscription box full of solid gear for adventure seekers, survivalists, outdoor enthusiasts, and rioters. Each month, Battlebox sends you the coolest selection of handpicked outdoor survival and everyday carry gear, all valued at far more than what you'd normally pay. You never know what's in the next box, but here is a sampling of what users received this month. The Solo Stove Titan Camp Stove. You could burn stuff in that.
That's a nice stove.
It is super nice. Solo Stove has some
I
good
just
stuff.
took out my range.
Did you?
And oven. And just
got
put
a
the
big old
Solo stove
in there. And then I took out mine too, but I didn't put anything back yet.
Yours in your bedroom
Mine
right now?
is in the living room.
Oh, okay.
Right now. The fridge is in the foyer. I told Cam that sounds kind of sexual. I got a fridge in my foyer.
Ooh.
Baby.
What you guys been doing? It is.
Remodeling.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, Überleben Tindar TP3 pack. Start a fire with that. All of this badassness starts at just $34.99 per month. They've shipped over 1 million boxes, and they won Best Subscription Box of 2020. Our listeners get a free knife when you sign up at battlebox.com/casualpreppers. Get your first Battlebox plus a free knife at battlebox.com/casualpreppers.
Listener
get 'em.
reviews starts now.
Idiots.
Idiots.
If you're not listening to these guys, you're probably an idiot.
Nah, no truer words. have been
LECB.
spoken. Yeah. What do you think that stands for?
I don't know.
Little Easter.
I'm just staring at it. I can't even think of
Can't
anything.
even think of any words that start with those. But thank you, LECB. Little Eaton Crybaby. You guys want
Little elephant cheetah bat.
Little elephant cheetah bat.
It's just like any word that came to my brain right there.
The only word that starts with L is little. I can't think of any other word.
Larry's English charter
Bus. Yeah, exactly. If you guys want to be a part of this portion of the podcast, go to iTunes, go to Facebook, leave us a 5-star review, and make it awesome.
It's a mad, mad world.
Charter bus.
Oh, man. So look, the Chinese are at it again.
Yeah.
The FBI director to warn Chinese hackers aim to wreak havoc on U.S. critical infrastructure. If you didn't know, that's bad. FBI Director Christopher Wray is expected to warn about the growing threat of Chinese cyber attacks against U.S. electrical grids and other infrastructure during an appearance Wednesday morning. So that probably happened this morning. Today's Wednesday. You're not hearing this till Thursday or Monday if you're slow.
What is today? Is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. Before the House Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party. China's hackers are positioning on American infrastructure in preparation to wreak havoc and cause real-world harm to American citizens and communities if or when China decides the time has come to strike. He's also expected to argue that there has been far too little public focus, that the Chinese hackers are targeting critical infrastructure in the U.S., such as water treatment plants, Walmarts, the electrical grids, oil and natural gas pipelines, and transportation systems.
That makes sense.
And the risk that poses to every American requires our attention now, he says. Which I'm glad that he's saying it, because obviously it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
And that's why we prep, because we don't know. And the Chinese are trying to get us.
Yeah, I still feel like this is what a war would be.
Yeah.
This is like shutting each other's power off.
Yep.
And turns back on and keep hitting the switch.
Just the lights are flickering. That's World War III.
Oh, yeah. You think so? We're going to turn your power off for a minute.
Turn your water off. No, I'm going to turn off your transportation system.
Guess what? Can't brush your teeth tonight because it's too dark.
Take that.
Yeah.
Stinking breath.
Mine was kind of tied to China as well.
Was it? Oh, gosh.
So, the escalating Red Sea crisis. Man, this one kind of freaks me out just because it's way over there, yeah. But all of our shipping, like tons of important shipping comes through that area. And I feel like we're the only police force over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
It's like no one really...
Which is not great.
I just saw a thing where the United States had like issued a warning to the UK. They're like, come on, you need to like build up defenses for your shipping. Like they're basically, the United States is doing all of it over there. Really? It seems like,
jeez. And
they can't, there's no way that you can fend off all that. So that's leading to alternative longer routes around Cape of Good Hope on the southern tip of Africa. I mean, this is like back in the day whalers going around. Like no one goes that route anymore.
That's a long way.
This adds from, going around it 3,500 nautical miles to the journey to close to half a month of sailing time to each trip, significantly increasing shipping costs from Temu.
Yeah,
for everybody.
Amazon, like your Prime is.
But
dumb.
you know what I mean? Like, the effects of this, it takes a little while to trickle into our system, but we're going to start seeing like costs again going up. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Gas has gone down, but China depends a ton on this, and they haven't done anything. Like, they just like are sitting back, but all of their shipping kind of goes through this path. So the United States has put pressure on them to put pressure on Iran. It's a mess over there.
We're all putting pressure on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard
pressure.
Thrusting pressure
on
each other.
China, the United States.
But, I do kind of follow it because I'm like, this affects our economy. It affects China's economy, which affects our economy. It's just like, it's a mess over there. So anyways, what I'm getting at is you should really start building up your supplies. If you're looking at building your survival plan and more food, it's probably the best time to start doing it is now.
Great. It's always
going to get more costly.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Cam.
It's always now, right?
It's always now. Today, we're talking about a riot scenario. Yeah. This is we've done a bunch of these riot scenario podcasts, and they've been popular. People have been liking them. You can tell there's spikes in downloads on these episodes. They're interested. And this one is fun, man, because like Cam mentioned, we did a riot episode 2 billion years ago or something in a different dimension, I think, in my basement, probably.
It probably was. It was like episode 20 or something?
It was a classic, though. It was like a completely classic episode with lots of great inside jokes that came from it.
That's true, huh?
And we haven't really touched...
Hook came from that. Jinko,
hook hands, yeah.
Looking fugly.
Yeah, exactly. So we're really excited to hit this again and kind of talk through this scenario. But before we get to that, we obviously have our little audio file that we do every time. So here it comes.
So this scenario is in San Francisco, and Taylor Swift wins the Super Bowl.
She is.
This is what's going to happen.
Yeah, they're actually scared that she might not get back from Japan in time because she has some concerts over there, and so there's controversy. Can we get her a faster jet?
Her clone will be there.
What can we do to get her there? Because the NFL
Air Force One.
I don't know how they're gonna switch that show with no cameras going.
Swift switch.
They call it the Swift switch.
I didn't know all that, man.
Yeah. So anyways,
devastating.
It is devastating. Also, riots are devastating. So we're going to talk about that today.
Sorry.
Here is the audio.
A math teacher, you've been here for years and you're trying to explain interrupt this broadcast for a breaking news brief. If you are anywhere near the downtown area, please be advised that a riot has broken out near Town Hall and is currently spreading throughout the city. Law enforcement has advised anyone to find their way inside and lock doors and windows. Eyewitnesses report that the protest began in the city park around noon, with hundreds of people gathering to peacefully protest their concerns. However, tensions rose as the crowd began to march towards City Hall. As a small protest reached the downtown area, a group of individuals began to break windows and set fire to cars and trash cans. This sparked a wave of violence, with the protest turning into a full-blown riot. The chief of police has admitted to being completely overwhelmed by the civil unrest, and additional law enforcement units have been called in from nearby cities, but this will take some time. Hold on. I'm getting some new information. It sounds like surrounding areas are grappling with similar issues. This might be a more widespread coordinated effort than we first thought. Smoke can now be seen from miles away as fires are breaking out near downtown. Again, it is not safe in the downtown area and chaos seems to be spreading. Do not attempt to travel. If you can get home, do so immediately and lock all doors and windows. We are also just hearing word that the mayor has declared a state of emergency and is calling for a citywide curfew of 9 p.m. in an attempt to regain control of the situation. This is a developing story and we will bring you more updates as they become available. Stay tuned for the latest on this breaking news.
Why's the sky blue? Why's blood red? What makes these thoughts go from beat to my head? Tie that binds noose around your neck and
Well, there we are, Cam.
That is it.
It's happening, right? There's a riot.
Yeah, I have to say though, did you guys recognize that music? Kobe just told me that was his band.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
That was a long lost recording that I found this last week of me and my buddy.
That's
I
awesome.
threw it on there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Scary stuff though.
No, it really is. So let's break down this scenario, kind of give you the details on what we're facing, and then, as always, we give you the stuff that we're scared about.
Yeah.
Cam likes to talk about the stuff we're scared about.
I do.
And then we're going to give you our 3 plans on how to get out of this freaking mess, right? So, you work downtown. I mean, might be weird for a lot of you, but working downtown in the medium, this isn't like Chicago or New York, but it's a big enough city that maybe like Salt Lake or something like that, right, Cam? That's what I'm envisioning here.
Yeah.
You're just leaving for work in your car to go grab a late lunch. So it's maybe like 2 or 3, something like that in the afternoon. As you leave, you notice some smoke a few blocks over rising above the buildings. That's not good nor normal, right? Then you hear the news brief.
New smoke over there.
I haven't seen that smoke. That's new.
That looks nice.
Yeah. Then you hear the news brief, obviously, that the riot is broken out. It's spreading. It's downtown. It's right where you are. This is scary. And then you start to see rioters. You start to see the looters. You start to see the police clashing with them. Can you imagine
that big old wall of shields and stuff?
Yeah,
that'd
man.
be pretty terrifying.
It would be terrifying. So your house, where you live, is about 5 miles from downtown in a suburb. So you're far enough away that it's kind of okay, but you're close enough that 5 miles is nothing. If
Five's tough. It's it's long and it's not long for what's going on. It's
yep.
I wish I was further out, but you also are
yeah,
there's a chance of getting home easier.
Exactly. So your wife is home. Or your husband, I suppose, if you're a woman and you're thinking about this. Your kids are probably on their way home from school because it's that time in the afternoon, right? So you're hoping they're just probably
cut
on their
right
way
through
home.
town.
Yeah, right through downtown. Pick up some people on the way.
We can't bring you home on just walk through the middle of town every day.
Yeah, you guys can get it. You do have a small EDC kit with a pocket knife and a few other things, but you don't have your gun. You don't have a gun on you at this point. So that you feel sad about that probably about this point. And again, it also sounds like the chaos isn't just in your downtown area. That's the whole thing. It's spreading to adjacent cities, which makes you think that
what else is going on?
This is weird.
Yeah.
right? It's a little odd. Staged in some way or coordinated.
Like actors.
Yeah, maybe it's actors, but maybe it's just bad people.
Yeah.
And they have a plan to do something more than just right. We don't know, right? So that kind of leaves you thinking that this might be a more a harder situation than you might have thought, right?
Yeah.
Authorities, they're obviously warning to get inside, lock doors and windows. Just probably good advice at this point. Also, there's a curfew that the mayor's like, this is ridiculous. It's getting bad fast. We're going to have a curfew of 9 p.m. So that's coming up, but it could play into your plans somehow depending on how things go, right? You know, and does this, like, is this bad enough that you need to get home, or do you need to actually bug out entirely? Do you just need to get back to work? What do you need to do here? How do we navigate this situation in one piece, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things to worry about.
There's a ton.
Like, and it's all happening so fast. So,
yeah.
First of all, I mean, my biggest worry would be getting home safely.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's like you got to get back to your family, because if you're only 5 miles out and this thing's spreading like it is, like, I mean, you could have rioters walking down in suburbs and all that stuff too. It's like
it's a hard situation.
It's less likely to get that far this fast in this scenario, but it could. So it's like, I want to get to my family. How do I get there safely and not die along
And you also
the way
just
or
don't
get
want to
caught up
overreact either, right? Because like you get into those situations.
If I saw that
sometimes
smoke that you mentioned, I just turn around right then.
Yeah,
call into work and be like, I ain't coming in.
Yeah,
Smoke.
Taking all my
downtown.
PTO.
I'm coming home.
Taking all my PTO. I'll see you in February. Right? Something like that.
Yeah, I'll fill out an FMLA or whatever I need to. Family leave.
FMLA. FML. Yeah.
So getting home, obviously. The spread of the riot, obviously, but also confrontation, like, no matter what, like, if you're going to your vehicle, if you're going to use the transit system, if you're going to walk, you're going to encounter other people.
Yeah.
And this confrontation may be with those that are part of the riot. It may be with police. It may be with people that are just panicking, like, you know, that don't know what to do. And so
that's the hard thing. Like, there's rioters, there's
such
police.
a mix of, you don't know who's who and what's going on, and you can't trust anybody.
A mess of people.
Yeah.
It's a whole mess.
That's why you don't live in the city, man.
Yeah, scary. Really is.
Yeah, but a lot do. So, the other thing is, like, getting hurt by, like, collateral damage.
Sure.
You know, people fighting and you get mixed up in it, or breaking windows and you're trying to stay close to the wall and make your way around. Getting trampled, getting tear gassed. You know, that stuff is all part of riots. The other thing is, police are they're on, like, you know, their anxiety's like level 100 too right now. Man. They don't know what to think about it. They're just doing their job. But to you that aren't in uniform with them, or, you know, they're like, they have to take everybody as a risk.
Yeah, like, they don't know if you're there to cause more riot. They don't know if you're there to help them. Like, I don't know why you would be, but you know what I mean. Like, they don't
give me a badge.
Yeah, I'm on deputy now. Deputize me, sir.
Deputy Johnson, give me a badge and a shield. I'll help you out right now.
I brought my Jinkos with a hook hand. We're gonna do this. We're gonna quail this riot.
I get on your shoulders and I'll throw stuff over top.
You look tall and strong. Get me on your shoulders.
Give me your grenades. I'm gonna throw shit at them.
I always wanted to shoot one of these tear gas guns. Let's do it. You got one of them beanbag guns too, maybe?
Shoot some riot shirts out there.
Big old super soakers.
Yeah, it'd be good stuff.
Yeah.
Give me your taser now.
But yeah, you just don't, like, the cops don't know.
Yeah, they have to take everybody that's not in uniform as possible.
So don't go like full sprint to the cop. Oh, I need help. Let
me through their shield.
Yeah. No, you're probably gonna get hit in the face.
They're confused. They're nervous too. So So getting caught in that crossfire is always a concern. The other thing is, like, we've got a curfew. There it is. It only took me like 6 words.
Curfew.
My kids are at curfew. I gotta go get them, and then we'll head home.
It's curfew time.
Curfew. Now slow down with these words.
Curfew.
Oh, I almost hit me in the head. Curfew. Curfew.
What time is it? It's curfew.
And then you have your vehicle. You want to
–
keep your vehicle because you know how like bad this is going to get, and it's something to transport yourself in.
Yeah.
So
when it offers protection,
it's a mobile shelter, right?
Yeah, I mean, but there's things about it too that you're not very. People are seeing you in this car, right? It's not like you're just like a part of the crowd walking. You're in a vehicle, and that's the thing that scares me is getting like driving and then getting stuck in a crowd of rioters.
Yeah,
and they start pushing your car. Or,
yeah, me too.
You know what I
I've
mean?
always looked at that.
Jump on it,
like terrifying scenario.
Oh my gosh!
The other thing is, you have that like 65-year-old lady that's working in town that's behind the wheel.
Yeah,
she's just gonna panic and gun it and run over a ton of people.
Old ladies, I tell you.
And I'm just saying, it was just just the one that's like she goes to work every day in the city. She hasn't ever dealt with anything like this.
She hasn't. She's had an easy life,
and so now she's like, they're touching my car.
She's baking cookies. She's doing Christmas for the grandkids.
Yeah.
Now she's stuck in a riot.
Exactly.
Now what is she gonna do? She's not gonna take it easy.
She's gonna run over everybody.
She's pushing the pedal to the metal. She's going through the crowd.
Well, I always picture that because have you ever seen those videos when they're like pulling into the parking garage and it like jolts forward and then it's like truck climbs halfway up the wall.
They're up on the second floor.
It's usually like that 65-year-old lady that's kind of exactly. So that's her. She's driving in the middle of this. So
she's trying.
Yeah, she is. She's trying.
Give her a break. It's tough.
But some people, and I'll talk a little more about this, but like some people see that vehicle as a weapon.
For sure.
So it's like they're nervous to have you around them. You honking and trying to get through. They don't like it.
No, they don't. No, it's getting in the way of the riot. Right?
Just right down the middle between the police and them. You're just like, ugh.
You roll your windows down a little, turn the radio up, bump some guard
just flip
throats.
them all off as you're driving through. Move. Anyway.
Exactly. Taylor Swift, that's what you're bumping real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing is, how long is this going to last?
I don't know.
Do you want to stay downtown? And you'll talk a little more about that, but it's like, at what point is it going to become a bigger issue and you wasted time and now you're trapped?
Yes.
And then that, like you were mentioning, what else is going on? Is there something that you don't know or the city doesn't and some do? And it's like, is the information just like all mixed up? You don't know if there's something bigger going on through the whole country or is it just in your town? Yeah,
because like at those times when things like that are breaking out, it's like it's hard to get like real good real-time information sometimes. It's like
seriously,
nobody knows.
Facebook's like
Costco
is out of all the bread and
the earth is falling into hell. I saw it.
Yeah, exactly.
My grandpa knows a guy.
I heard they're banning gas engines. Everybody's pissed off about.
They opened the border.
Right
now.
It's like where all this information of all the like conspiracies are coming
Obama's making a new movie about this riot.
Yeah.
Right this second.
Biden was assassinated.
No, don't say that.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
But it could be.
It could be.
Presidential assassination.
Assassination on Khufu.
Oh, Khufu. It was not that. And then the other thing, like, do you have your Jenko jeans on you?
I don't.
Are you going to be able to blend in for real? Do you have the gear and ability to do that? Or are you going to stand out because you're wearing a sweater and a dress shirt?
I know that's the thing, especially
working downtown
with those types of riots. You don't want to look like a businessman.
You don't,
especially if it's downtown.
Swinging that Samsonite around.
Samsonite, slippy, slappy.
Yeah, maybe you got an advantage that way.
You might, but
then they're gonna be like, he's FBI.
He's FBI. Anytime anybody sees me in a suit, they assume I'm FBI.
Yep.
You know
he's
what
FBI
I mean?
Or he's a Mormon missionary.
He's one of the two.
One of the two.
I will see a badge.
There's a lot of people from, anyway, that go into the FBI.
Yeah, sure.
The other thing is, like having to blend in, like women, I think especially are a higher risk here because it's like, I feel like they're a little bit more vulnerable because they dress nice and their hair's out and they may not, I'm just saying like, rioters and stuff are like, she seems like more of a target.
Dress nice. Their hair is out.
Not all
tucked our hair in.
Well, I was just saying, I'm gonna eventually say some more on that. Tucking your hair in. Don't look nice. Take your makeup off.
Have their hair out. I don't know. Downtown. Get her. She got her hair out. Look at all that hair. It's out. Gosh, that's hilarious.
I'm gonna bust it. Wait a minute.
Wait. Her hair's out.
Wearing skirts looks real feminine.
Short
Get her.
skirt with a hair out. That's the kind I like. I like a lady who lets her hair out.
Put that real weird.
I like a lady who
I'm
lets
going to
her hair
add to it later, so don't worry.
out. Okay, I can't wait.
But anyways,
Yeah.
there's a lot to worry about, including your hair being out. So if you look more of a target. that's kinda
Sure,
what I'm
yeah,
getting.
yeah. Wear a beanie.
Go to Target.
Go to Target, wear a beanie. Don't look like you're in the FBI.
The hard thing is, like, most people don't carry a change of clothes that's going to blend in.
I do.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wear them.
I would just wear them all the time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Anywhere I go.
Yeah.
But you know what? Resolving to eat healthier this year, it's easy. Like I thought about that at the first year.
I thought you said resolving teed. I was like,
No,
I haven't seen this sponsor.
resolving to eat healthier. So easy to do. Actually doing it, damn near impossible.
It really
when you
is.
think about it. But better nutrition is a key to health and longevity and preparedness. And a healthy diet could even help you avoid health risks that run in your family. Field of Greens is our healthy super fruit and vegetable habit. It's the only fruit and vegetable product that literally promises better health. This is a big deal, guys. At your next checkup, your doctor will notice your improved health, or they're just going to give you your money
Oh,
back.
dang, you been eating Field of Greens?
What you been doing? What have you been doing?
You look nice. Hair's out. and
Hair's
everything.
out.
Hair looks real
What's
good.
happening? They will give you your money back. You know, do the other vitamin or green drinks promise better health? They do not. I know that for a fact. So each superfruit and vegetable in Field of Greens was doctor selected for a specific health benefit. Some support your heart, some support your lungs and your kidneys. Others support metabolism for healthy energy and weight loss. I'm going on almost 4 weeks now. 3 weeks, right? You laughing over there?
I'm just like, can't believe how stupid it was that I said hair
Yeah, it was
out.
great. It was
I
great.
meant hair down and stuff like that.
It's all good.
But-
But I have been taking Field of Greens for about 3 weeks now, and I can tell you I do feel a literal difference in how I feel. Like
You
I
look different.
I feel different. My skin's better.
Your beard's nicer.
My beard has less gray. No, it has the same amount of gray.
Hair's filled in a little
Yeah,
bit.
I feel like my hair's filled in. I'm gonna pull it out soon.
Your beard hair.
Oh, my beard hair. Yeah. But it is something that I promise you, you're going to feel a difference in it. And that's the whole thing we want you to have a better life. That's what preparedness is all about. That's what we're trying to do, right? Part of preparedness is being healthy.
Yeah.
You don't want to get into a riot and not be able to run 15 feet with your hair out, trying to people grabbing at your hair or staring at your hair or talking about your hair. You want to be able to do the things you need
Something
to do.
suspicious there.
Oh, that
Hair's
hair.
out. Looks real nice. She's on Field of Greens.
Yeah. So look, if you resolve to get healthier in 2024, it starts with Field of Greens. And we got you 15% off your first order plus free rush shipping. Visit fieldofgreens.com and use promo code Casual Preppers. That is promo code Casual Preppers at fieldofgreens.com. Your body, it is your number one preparedness item, Cameron. Keep it running smoothly.
And looking smooth.
Do it with Field of Greens.
Yeah. It's great stuff.
It really is. It's
Tastes
fantastic.
good too.
Tastes delicious. I love it. So let's move on and let's talk about our 3 plans. Plan A. Here's the first one. This is usually the easiest option.
Don't do anything.
Just be part of the crowd. Blend in. Break stuff.
Yeah.
Turn on some Limp Bizkit and break stuff.
Some Kid Rock. Get to town.
Limp Bizkit, all right? Pretend like it's Woodstock 99 and just break stuff and burn stuff. Immediately drive back to work and hunker down. Still downtown. You're going to stay downtown. That's the closest thing that you have. And so you're just going to get there
Yeah.
and you're going to get safe because you're worried about your safety, obviously. So the thing is, you turn your vehicle around ASAP and you drive back to work. First, the thing you need to think about is do your best to drive around bad spots. Don't try and just drive right through them. If you can take a different way.
Circle 'em.
Yeah, get to the outskirts of the problem. Don't try and go directly through it like Barbara does,
Yeah.
the 65-year-old.
Most people are going to be like, I got 2 minutes to be back to lunch or
Yeah.
from lunch. I'm going to go right through the riot.
But don't do that.
I don't want to be late.
Not a good idea. Avoid the crowds, avoid the chaos. Even if you're in your car, it's not a guaranteed safety being
Right.
in your car. You kind of feel like you are sometimes, like, oh, I'm fine. I'm in my car. But not necessarily. Lock your doors. Make sure your windows are up. Don't just roll your window down and try and talk with all the rioters that you're driving by. Make sure that you're being safe here. Shut off the vents in your vehicle
Right,
as well.
huh? All right.
Right.
See ya.
Cool. I gotta go back to work. Shut the vents off as much as you possibly can because the riot police may be sending out tear gas. There might be smoke from nearby fires. That stuff, breathing it in is not good. So shut that off if you can right away. Probably pull off the seatbelt. So you might think that you're better off, but if you need to abandon your car, like right away, you might want to you might want to be able to get out as quick as you possibly can. And obviously, if you're driving 75 miles an hour down the freeway, don't worry about this. But if you're like 15 miles an hour through town and there's craziness going on, take that seatbelt off. If you have to abandon the car right away, you want to be able to get out quick.
Yeah.
Make that quick escape. Okay.
And bust the window and pull you out. You're like, hold on, give her a seatbelt.
Choking me. Stopping is probably a no-no. Even if you're going slow, do your best not to stop. As soon as you stop, and then those kids jump on your car and they're doing whatever. They do. So you got to keep moving. But don't be crazy, Barbara. Like Cam talked about, with their hair out and driving.
People
crazy.
in my house, they're in my parents' house. They're eating.
Eating all their food. Drive calmly. Drive safely. Going crazy could lead you to be a focal point for the mob, and you don't want to gather any attention at this point. If you do have a weapon, it's not a bad idea to have it ready, but let's not be brandishing that thing all over town. Don't just like hold it out the window.
Just tap it on the glass.
Don't be pointing it at people as you drive by.
Don't even try it.
Yeah, I got a gun. Don't do that. Have it ready to go. But
concealed.
But concealed in some way. So drive immediately to your place of work. If you get pulled out of the car or separated from the car, try to blend in. Like we talked about a million times, pull out those Jinkos at your trunk that you've been saving for this very moment. Take off your makeup, look ugly. All right, those are the things. Put your hair in. You don't want
that
it
hair
out.
in.
You don't want your hair out.
Tuck it all up in there.
Tuck it. Yeah, tuck it.
You don't
and
want
roll.
people snatching that hair and pulling you.
That's a bad deal.
You can get your hair pulled.
Get indoors and move towards your safe space as quickly as you can. If you do encounter police, we talked about this, approach them cautiously. Avoid them if possible. They don't know your intentions. You are just look like another random face in the crowd. Be careful.
Yeah.
So maybe you do get back to your workplace, whether you drove there or you walked. Let's talk about that. You might want to think about grabbing the gear that you have in your vehicle and bringing it with you in the office, whether that's an EDC bag, maybe you have some extra food, maybe you have some extra self-defense items, maybe you just grab a tire iron because you're scared and take that in with you, right? So think about the things that you can bring from your vehicle inside to help you.
Just a jug of windshield wiper fluid.
Half a quart of oil.
I don't know. I was rushed and I grabbed what I could.
I got a half a quart of oil. I got a half a jug of water. And some
jumper cables.
Some jumper cables. I'm going to grease this floor down with this oil. So
we're going to tie these doors shut, the jumper cables.
Really?
And we're going to pour the windshield wiper
That's
fluid
not
on the floor.
horrible.
No?
It's not a horrible idea, right? There's some things there that you could actually do.
Put it in your mouth, spit it in their face.
Hold this in your mouth for the next 15 minutes in case somebody gets through the window.
Just watch out.
Yeah, you spit them.
This is the bug. This is the bug repellent one, or not repellent. What is it? I think that one just like smears the bug guts all over.
I think it does. Yeah.
De-icer one. That's the one.
Yeah, the de-icer. How does your parking lot look? Is it safe?
Yeah.
You know, because there's different types of parking lots. There's not just one.
Yeah.
There's many kinds. Will your vehicle make it? Will it be safe? Can you find a safer place to park somehow as you're going in? Be thinking about that. Can you get back safely and lock the doors and windows? That's the number one thing. You got to get that stuff locked up right now. Turn on the radio and television. Get updated information. Check Twitter. X, I guess it's called X now. Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Be getting as much information as you can while you're in there. You might even consider calling the police and say, hey, this is where I'm at. We're kind of stuck in here because of the riot. Just let them know. They're probably not going to care, but think about it. I get it. We got a riot going on.
Yeah. You want a shield too?
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
Bring one over.
You want to be a deputy? I deputize you. Get out there. Right now.
You want to be a marshal? Done.
Yeah.
I always thought about the parking garage thing because I remember just so I could get home from school faster, I'd always park like as close as I could to like the exit 4. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, in this case, I probably wouldn't find a stall. Like I'd probably just park kind of somewhere that's really close to the
exactly.
exit.
So once you kind of get that done, you might want to immediately call your family. Get in touch with them, right? Do you have them hunker down? Do you discuss bug out plans at this point, just in case?
Probably,
right? Maybe you review the curfew, review the emergency plan.
Yeah.
You know, is everybody safe? Are they home safe? Are the kids still coming home? What's happening right now? What can you coordinate just via phone or text or whatever? You know, do you need to just go and get them because you feel like? But I think it's just, you know, talking with them and making that communication and just assessing that situation with them, right? Because you're okay for a minute, anyways, right? So think about that.
Look for windshield wiper jug on top of the parking garage. Then you know I'm okay. If it's tipped on its side, I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Don't know who's gonna tip it.
It's covered in blood and we're dead. Talk with your coworkers. I assume you got some people working in the office with you that are probably there,
close, that live nearby too. You know,
yeah, maybe. But the ones that are in the office with you, have a conversation with them. Say, okay, look, in case they breach the door or the window, this is what we're gonna do. I don't know. Can you barricade the doors and windows? Is it that bad that you need to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Good time to start thinking about it. Don't just go sit back down at your desk and work on your TPS reports. Okay, take some time. You need to think about safety right now. Do you know where the fire extinguishers are? That'd be a really good thing to go over right now because the whole downtown's on fire and there's riots. You need to figure that out. Do you know the best escape routes, several routes to get out in case whatever happens, right? If your vehicle got compromised, do you have an alternative method of transportation out of downtown? Start thinking about that. Do you need to steal a bike? Do you need to steal a car or whatever, right? Do you have to walk? Whatever it is. What are your routes out if that's the case? It's just a really good time to assess your situation once you get back and you're in that place. And when it's secure and you have those alternate plans made, think about not making a lot of noise. Think about turning off the lights. Don't bring don't bring attention to yourself. You don't want anybody.
I'm putting
to get in there.
Empty water bottle in the spokes.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Yep.
Now you know where I'm at.
Now you know where I'm at. So the pros of this one, obviously, is you immediately get out of the danger zone. You get back to whatever relative safety you have at your workplace. And that's pretty important because right now the biggest thing is don't die in the riot.
And how deep and buried you are at your workplace downtown.
Yes.
I can totally see why this would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, there's definitely.
It's safer in here than trying to get through that.
Exactly.
And I don't want to go home.
And if I go home, I'm going to have to do chores. I'm going to have to deal with the kids.
I have to paint.
Yeah. Probably
hang some stuff.
Pulling out tile off the floor or something. Who knows? You also avoid any more travel in the chaos, right? You minimize that, which can be dangerous. You get some immediate safety and you have a few minutes to assess the situation because it's going to be chaos. It's going to be really hard to think clearly once you're out in the fray of the riot and civil unrest and people yelling and screaming and all that kind of stuff. It's hard to think, but you can get back to the safety of your workplace and think and assess the situation and make your plans. It's also just the closest safe zone that you have, right?
Yeah.
So
it's tough to know. I mean, what job do you work?
Yeah,
maybe you are an ER physician. It's like,
oh yeah,
maybe you do need to go back
for sure. Yeah, exactly. The cons of this plan: the rioters may be at your workplace in like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So you're really just delayed the inevitable there in some way. They may set fire to your building or adjacent buildings because that's a thing that rioters do, and you've obviously already seen that they are doing that. So are you putting actually yourself in more harm by barricading yourself into your office or whatever it is? You won't be at home. That's a bad deal. That's the number one thing that, us as fathers and husbands think about. I'm sure wives do and mothers do as well. It's like, I need to be with my family and my significant other, and I need to be with my kids.
Yeah.
And I need to make sure they're okay. You're not doing that here. You can call them probably, but again, the comms lines might be compromised with whatever's going on or an overload of the system. There's a lot of stuff that could happen here. So not being at home is bad. You won't be able to protect your family from your workplace. That's pretty tough. You might get stuck there. It might be a long drawn out thing. The civil unrest around you rages and the curfew comes and you're stuck. You can't go anywhere because of the damn curfew.
Freaking curfew.
Yeah. So now you're a curfool. All right. So you might just get stuck there, You actually might get stuck in the riot before you get back to your workplace.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that could happen
For sure.
in this situation, but it is an option.
Man, that's a tough one. There's a lot of stuff too. What if you own that business?
Yeah.
It's like you got to go back and get people out.
Yeah.
But then you're just like, I'm going to stay here now because
Yep.
I don't know.
You have a responsibility
There's
to
a
those
lot of-
people in some
yeah.
way. Yep.
None of you are getting overtime.
Nah.
So get out.
Don't even think about it. You're off the clock.
Yeah. So the next plan is Plan B, and like you were just saying at the end there, it's like you just want to get home to your family, make sure they're safe, and the good thing is you're already in a vehicle.
Yeah.
You're already like out and about. You don't have to go down to the parking garage and try and get out of that or wherever, your business has you parking and stuff like that. You're kind of already in motion. So this plan makes a lot of sense because it's like, I'm just going to head home now. I need to check on my family and I don't want to be downtown during this.
Yep.
So that's the thing you got to think of right away is getting out of harm's way. Large ones, there's a lot of different ways in and out of that town.
Sure.
So you really need to understand, depending on the town that you're in, can you avoid the downtown, or do you live in Portland? There's only one way in and no way out. I swear,
like hell.
It's like you can't get out of that place.
It is a horrible place.
So
to
it's
drive.
like, is it too risky? Even though I'm in my car, is my family going to want me to be safe and just go back and stay?
Yeah.
The other big thing is you're going to want to start communicating with your family as soon as possible, letting them know, you're like, I took a long lunch. I'm in my car. I'm just going to come home. Maybe look at tracking me so that if anything happens, you can see where I'm at.
That is
if I can't communicate with you.
That's a benefit of those.
A lot of those,
tracking apps or whatever.
Thanks,
they're called.
government,
What
for
are
tracking
What's
us.
the one that everybody uses?
Find my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's did they do away with the
app.
friends one?
I don't know. There's
Yeah.
There's an app that I had at one point.
Yeah, I
but
can't
don't
remember
have it
that
anymore.
one's called. But even like Find My Device and stuff shows you
can
where
do that.
you're, in the vicinity. So, but yeah, every way possible, let them know where you're at. Let them know your plan. Tell them to kind of track you if they can, if you have that turned on and stuff like that. Obviously, there is a little higher risk of getting hurt along the way.
Yeah.
Either you don't make it out, or there's a barricade or something weird because depending on the situation, there might be more going on than just the riot.
Yep.
That might be the early stages of something worse. So you got to take that risk. Also, a lot of people are unprepared. A lot of city folk can't be very, it's harder for them to be prepared, so they just don't think about it.
Right. Sure.
And so you're dealing with rioters, police, and panicking people.
Yeah. That's bad.
And they hate curfews.
None of them like it.
They're gonna freak out as soon as they heard about that curfew.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is people that aren't very familiar, or that are very, very familiar with given set of streets will stand a much better chance. So that's why I was talking about you really need to know your town. You need to know what ways are quieter, which ways you typically see less traffic and are less likely to have people just hanging out ready to pounce.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just any way you can avoid that. And then the other thing is maybe you have a coworker, or maybe you have somebody that lives in your same neighborhood. Like maybe they want to come with you. Like it's typically better to have more with you than just lone wolfing it. So maybe you do coordinate, and you have to think about like, I do want to go home, but I'm going to go back. I'm going to grab somebody that lives near me or with me, and then it's more than one of us going about this and getting home.
Yeah,
So,
I would assume you'd be less likely to be attacked the more people you had with you getting out of town, right?
Yep.
In
but
some
it
way,
could
shape, or form.
complicate it in some other
Could,
ways.
yeah.
It's like they're clueless on what to do,
Right.
and they got their hair out today.
Yeah. Put that hair away.
So, but yeah, so you're in the vehicle, you're finding your way out of town, you're going around the riots and things like that. It's important to know the town real well. And the other thing is it's important to have your tank at least half full.
Yeah, man.
Because you don't know, like if you're having to take a long route around and you get, just delay after delay, you don't want to be trying to stop and get gas.
I guarantee I'm in my wife's car.
So many times, like
we're trying
it's
to escape an
I'm gonna get
apocalyptic-
gas after work.
Yeah.
And in this scenario, like you're screwed. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Gas stations is the first to get burned down.
Yeah. You're going to get
The
in a fight.
rioters came from the gas
You're
station.
going to get in a fight with your wife.
Yeah.
If you don't do this.
And then, just the other things like make sure that vehicle isn't like limping
Piece
along.
of junk.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's say you start to get out of town and you're seeing more and more streets and everything like this. And I think, the city, I don't know why, Portland is kind of one of the cities that I felt uncomfortable in and a little bit disoriented in, but I did know some of the things that were working. Public transportation, like the tram system, it might be the best way to get out faster. So it's like, because they have all those different little along the way where you can pull in, the parking lot might be empty. If it's coming out of town, maybe it's an option. It's
definitely like, if it's still going during the riot, it's risky, but it could pay off.
Yeah.
Right. You could
Because
definitely
I can always think about those different stops along the way. It's
Right.
like if you're feeling like there's some problems and you're seeing that the tram doesn't seem to be that occupied.
I would just hate to get in there and then the next stop, a bunch of rioters jump in and they just start burning the place
and a lot
down.
of people use, so
You know what I mean?
it would be terrifying.
Definitely.
But it is an option.
It's definitely an option.
The other thing is plan to go by foot, even if you're in your car.
Sure.
It's like no matter what happens, you might have to abandon and you're going to take with you whatever you have.
Yeah, because if a street's blocked off, and you get stuck, like there's not much you can do.
Don't just wait it out.
You
Don't
gotta
just sit
go.
in your car get going. And this might be the easiest, safest thing to do in the scenario. Like you're in your car and you get to a point to where it's like, I can't get around this. It's probably best to just get out and go on foot. So in this case, you're going to want to be gray man as much as possible. If you're in your business attire,
Don't carry the Samsonite. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, don't
Keep
carry the
your hair in.
Samsonite. This is why it's super important to have like a vehicle kit or a bag. I have the bag that I take to and from work. Like you said, right now in this scenario, you have kind of just your EDC kit and stuff like that. But that's why it's hugely important to have more in your vehicle and maybe in the workplace with you.
Even just like I have a little jacket in my truck.
Yeah.
You can always throw that on if you got you'd suddenly look less conspicuous, right?
Yeah.
And you don't look like you're a missionary or an FBI agent. Yeah.
I just carry a raincoat, those
That's
real
a good
nice
one.
ones.
That's a good one.
No one's going to mess with you.
No one's going to think anything if it's 100 degrees outside.
I've got a shotgun in there. I
Throw
ain't
a
messing with
raincoat
you.
on. Yeah.
And then if it isn't particularly crazy, rowdy, like kind of just work your way through the crowd. And they always advise with these, if you're on foot, is to kind of go, 90 degrees from the crowd. If they're moving forward, don't try and go completely opposite.
Right,
Like, don't go against the grain. Like try and just kind of work your way out to the sides.
It's like shaving.
Exactly. In all locations.
In all locations. You never
Work
wanna
away from center.
Yeah. Yeah. Work away from center mass there. You know.
And this is where it's super important too to, you've got to be practicing the situational awareness because you don't want to corner, you don't want to walk down, this is a quiet alleyway and then you're like boxed in.
For
you got
sure,
a riot front and back. Now you're screwed. You ain't Spider-Man. Can't crawl up the wall.
Right in front and back. It's like that's when I go to get my haircut. So I tell them, give me a right in front and back.
A riot in front and the back. Okay.
I'll try.
Yeah. But
they just shave it all off usually.
Yeah, exactly.
That's as good as
I
we
couldn't
can
get
do.
it to work.
You
So
couldn't get that to work.
they just leave like a little, like almost a mohawk, but not really.
Yeah, mohawk in the front.
We were going with this somewhere. You know what? Sorry.
Let's just take it all off.
But yeah, so but you definitely have got to be aware of this, like your surroundings.
Sure.
Don't put yourself in a worse position by trying to get away from the riot and go down somewhere that you're going to be in more trouble.
Right.
In the dark, underneath, going through subway station or something.
With your hair out.
San Francisco had a lot of those like underground, just the little walkways that avoided the streets. And I'm like, man, they were the scariest to me.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
And so it's like when you're out of the public's eye, like even though there's a riot going on, I still think you're safer than to go into a tunnel. You can blend into the chaos, kind of look the part of a riot or two and do some screaming as you're walking 90 degrees to everybody.
Merry Christmas. I'm a rioter. Right? That
That's
came
right.
from that
Merry
episode too.
Yeah. If you have that hook hand, now's the time to put it on.
Now's the time to get it out.
Yeah. And if there's any microwave that's been thrown through a window,
Pick up a
pick it
microwave.
up and walk your way out.
Guaranteed to have no problems carrying a microwave.
Yeah.
I mean, these days it might be an air fryer.
Yeah.
You know, either or.
If you have if you have a broken
Yeah.
LCD screen, just put it in the back of your car.
Put it in the back.
You never know. You just pick it up and everybody's like, where'd you get that?
I got it in the riot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to stay.
Can't you tell? Look
I'm
at my
heading home.
haircut.
I already got what I needed.
My hair's out. I'm doing my stuff.
Cut my hair. Yeah. You like how I shaved it and went away from the 90 degrees.
Right in the front and the back.
Yeah. And then the other thing is just like consider recruiting others. Obviously easier from somebody that's a
Recruiting
worker.
writers as you go.
No, not like people that seem to be trying to get out too that you feel like wouldn't be a huge risk. It might be better for you to work with them in a group. Link arms.
Link arms.
Yep. Red Rover.
Send that rider right over.
Yeah. And then it's advised to like if you do get away from the crowd, don't just kind of beeline it in a straight line. Kind of work your way through.
Yeah.
Keep on that 90.
People see that and then it's weird.
Yeah.
What's that guy doing?
Yeah. Did he just leave a bomb somewhere?
Yeah, he's got a raincoat on.
Straight. So you want to do, you want to like serpentine.
Yeah, dance a little bit.
Yeah.
Here and there.
Just keep that 90 degree. It might take you a while to get home because you're just shuffling sideways all the way out of town.
For sure. No one will even notice.
I'm 15 miles from home because I kept going.
But I am out of the riot.
I got to keep moving.
My feet hurt.
I'll call you later. I got to keep ducking in and out of these houses.
I don't know how to turn. I have no idea how to get home.
Somebody needs to situate.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so obviously there's pros to this. You get out of the chaos, home, safe and sound, watch a movie that night.
Oh yeah, definitely putting on a movie.
Sounds the best.
Yeah.
You can keep an eye on your family so you know that they're out of harm's way. And if you guys need to bug out, you're there.
Ready to roll.
You're not telling them to leave, and hopefully you can meet up with them.
Mm-hmm.
The other positive thing is you get to keep your vehicle. Maybe,
hopefully,
I would hate
Fingers
to leave
crossed.
it downtown, and it may be the best vehicle you have, and it's like, well, our bug out vehicle's trapped downtown.
Yeah, let's go back and get it.
It's always nice to have your vehicle with you. You're leaving town before things get worse. Again, you don't know exactly what caused this riot, and now there's a curfew and chaos and fires and all that stuff.
Chaos, curfews.
You're away from it,
or
can get further away from it even easier. You're a lot more comfortable at home,
dude.
Stress goes down a lot.
As soon as usually at my house, that's
Usually.
the case. Right now, not
This
so
week,
much.
not so much for you. Yeah, that's
next
true.
few weeks will probably be that way.
Yep. And then the other thing is, you do have that vehicle that it may be the bigger vehicle to take your family with you, and it's another way of getting out and to safety. The cons, you risk losing your vehicle and your life, maybe. Get into an altercation. You may have, maybe you do actually bump in or run over somebody. Like, it just could be a lot worse that way. You don't know.
Happen.
If you get kind of caught in a situation where they're all surrounding you and you don't know what to do,
Hit the
step
gas.
on that gas.
Yeah.
And now you've got more trouble.
Yep.
But you're back home, you can watch a movie that night.
You're still watching Seinfeld that night.
Yeah. Maybe you do get out of town and just down the road there's roadblocks. So that's
Roblox?
Roblox.
Roadblocks.
Yeah. They're playing the game Roblox.
It's like a bunch of people playing Minecraft.
Roadblocks. Assaulted along the way. Police and stuff are watching for people leaving town. They want you down there rioting because they want to beat you up.
That's the whole point of a
Or
riot.
you get recruited into the police force.
Yeah, you get deputized
Get
on
out.
the
Get
spot.
your shield. You're now part of the army.
You're now a deputy.
You're now part of the army.
Welcome to the deputy army. You're going to take out that rioter.
Here's your Remington. Let's go. Throw you on the back of the horse. Yeah.
For sure, getting a horse.
Yeah. And the other thing is, a vehicle may look like a weapon to people. They're like,
Is that a gun? Oh, no,
everybody's
that's a Toyota.
everybody's walking around having a peaceful riot, and there you are trying to cut right through town.
Yeah.
So they may get more mad
I
at you.
thought that was a sword. It's just a Hyundai. We're okay.
Who brought the giant sword? It's a Mercury Milan.
That's an Elantra. We're okay, everybody. Settle down.
Is that a bomb? It's rolling into town.
It's a Dodge Ram, you idiot. We're
Yeah.
okay.
He's a serial bomber. That's probably pretty bad if you're leaving a riot and you have one of those wide out vans that have no
Yeah,
windows.
not a good idea.
Probably should stay put.
Yep.
So, some gear that would be nice during this. We talked about what you kind of that you have, but this is what you would be very happy to have.
Okay.
Why we talk about prepping. You know, you got your personal EDC gear and bag.
Mm-hmm.
The more you have in there, the more you have in your vehicle kit too, the much better life you're going to have during this situation.
Right.
Self-defense, knowing how to use a weapon, or being a weapon yourself.
Oh,
No, but like this is where I'm like kind of panicky about like if I knew like you know been doing self-defense and jujitsu, it does give you a little upper hand for a lot of people. Not that you're going to initiate a fight, but it's like if you get in a little.
And it's, I mean, obviously it's less effective in a big group of idiots that are trying to kill you. I mean, if I got one guy, I'm not too scared. Two, it gets weird, you know, and it's like, oh no, you got to do this, you got to do Krav Maga, you got to do,
But for me, I'm nervous with one guy.
One guy,
because he might know jujitsu.
He might know jujitsu, and you can be choked out.
So the other thing is having a change of clothes of some sort. You might have to do bug out by foot because your vehicle gets stranded or something like that.
Sometimes you just dress by mood. You know what I mean? You're in a different mood.
Yeah.
You need to dress differently.
Yeah, hair up, hair down.
Hair up, hair out, hair in.
Then again, it's important to have that half tank of gas or more.
Yeah, man.
Don't go to work and say I'm going to fill up afterwards.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like having things to secure your home when you get there. Because this one, you're going to get home and you're going to stay home. If that riot and all that chaos starts to spread beyond that, you're going to want to have things to defend your home and, protect the doors and windows better.
Yep, no doubt.
Food and water storage. Obviously, if something's happening downtown, you're not going to be going to the grocery store anytime soon.
No.
Because there's a curfew.
Yeah,
and you ain't going out.
I would hair out like that.
No. And then, obviously, it's nice to have a way to stay up with what's going on with the riot and everything. You want a riot radio.
Right.
You want to be subscribed to it on Sirius Radio.
You got to have a subscription.
Yeah.
No, that's so true.
But a handheld radio and stuff like that to keep, posted on, like, what's going on? Is it getting worse? Do I need to consider bugging out at this point?
And like you said, in this situation, you might not be able to go to the grocery store, and that might also mean the pharmacy. You probably can't get to the pharmacy. Maybe
they're open all the time.
Yeah, maybe you got cut on the way home. Your doctor ain't answering his phone.
I am cut.
Gosh damn, cut.
I ran so hard on my muscles, I'm cut now.
All it took was one riot to sculpt this body, And then,
I'm cut, buddy.
And then you start an Instagram account like the Riot Diet or something.
That's exactly what it is.
And start pushing your
get cut now. The Riot
$29.95 per month. You will look like me.
We'll send you a hook hand, some food, nice shoes.
Yeah,
run on out. Run on out.
Yeah, man. But in today's unpredictable world, being prepared for unexpected health challenges is more crucial than ever. That's why we are so glad we discovered Contingency Medical. Imagine a health crisis strikes, the usual channels for medications are disrupted. That's where Contingency Medical saves the day by providing you access to emergency packs of antibiotics for ordinary ailments like urinary tract infections, ear infections, strep throat, hook hand cuts. Once you put one of those on, it takes a while to get used to it. You're going
to wear sores and calluses.
You go take a whiz, and the first time that happens, you're going to need some antibiotics.
That's true.
Probably.
You wipe your bum, it's going to cut it right.
Exactly. We're talking about common antibiotics that treat hundreds of additional infections. All right. Contingency Medical even has symptom management medicines for everything from nausea and diarrhea to motion sickness, ensuring you're up to the task even if you're not feeling your best. I recently ordered my own Ready Pack Plus. Cam did the same last year. It was so easy, two idiots like us could figure it out.
It's super nice.
Yeah, and I look at it almost every night because I have it in a certain spot where I just like, ooh, Contingency Medical.
Let me look at the label.
Ooh, yeah. Sniff it, open up each bottle. Ooh, that smells like
Steel
Doxy.
fresh.
Yeah, Steel Fresh. That's going to do the wonders.
I can't wait till I can take one.
Yep. Contingency Medical also provides access to board-certified physicians for guidance on safe and effective treatment. Plus, your prescriptions are shipped from licensed pharmacies, so you know you're receiving quality care from start to finish. And get this, Contingency Medical offers free shipping on all packs, so there's no reason to delay. Now is the time to prioritize preparedness. Go to contingencymedical.com/CPP now and enter promo code CPP. You're going to get $20 off. $20 whole off your pack at contingencymedical.com/CPP. Again, the code is CPP.
Pretty easy.
Pretty dang easy to remember because it's Casual Preppers Podcast. That's what it stands for.
Man, it's so important to get these.
Really is.
It's like water, food, contingency medical.
Yeah.
But, having a backup supply of medical, you got to do it.
You got to. All right.
You can look at the bottles at night.
Oh, it's so
Sniff 'em.
It's comforting. When I can't sleep, I wake up at
Just
2
rub
a.m.
a capsule across
Yeah.
your lips, but not eat it.
Yeah,
Put
just
it back
get a
in.
little bit of taste of that stuff, Just a
Yeah.
small little smidgen on my lips.
Contingency medical.
Let's talk about Plan C. So in this plan, what you're going to do is you're going to head home, but then you're going to head out. Okay.
Got real weird. Contingency
need to
medical's like,
send-
we're going to pull that ad.
We need to send that one to them and say, hey, this is what you should do
They're
for
like,
all of them.
Ugh.
This is weird. I think we lost customers on that one.
We don't sell weird medicine.
Yeah.
Freaking
You guys being
weirdos.
way too sexual and awkward. Sorry. We're done.
There's some psych meds in your guys' kits now.
Yes, exactly. Some ADD meds or something. I don't know. But in this Plan C, you're going to head home, but then you're also going to bug out of town, right? You with the possible spread of the chaos and, the authorities not having control of the situation, you might think it's best to get home and then get out. Get your gear, get your family, bug out of town. So the first thing I would do is find the best route out of the chaos. We've already talked about getting home like Cam did, right? So we're home, but now we got to get out.
Yeah.
As you're leaving the area, you need to communicate with your family. Obviously, make sure they're safe and secure, and then start the bug out plans.
Get your shoes on.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
You probably want to do, it's the first thing you call
Yeah.
and just say, get your shoes on because
Now.
I'm coming home.
Now's the time to put the shoes on. Not
true.
later.
Ugh.
Just do
It's
it
the
now.
worst. I can't find my other shoe.
I don't care. Wear two different shoes.
Yeah. Put both feet in one shoe and hop.
Whatever you have to do, but you need a shoe on. All right? I don't care if you wrap T-shirts around your feet.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah. Or wear Jinkos, then you just walk on
You
them.
just walk on them. Hopefully the kids and the wife, they're all home at this point, right? And if that's the case, as you're coming
Also
home-
doubtful.
Also mostly doubtful. Have them prep the bags, have them prep the gear, anything else, so you don't have to do it, mostly. No, but just so that it's happening as you're coming home,
Why do you have them?
I don't know. Yeah. Why else you got them otherwise? Right. But it's just so that things are in motion. It's not like you come home and they're still
I would not trust
watching.
anything my kids got ready.
It's probably true. Huh?
Just open it up. It's got bread and syrup
And
some,
paper.
some forks and spoons.
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't
And
know.
paper
And
for
one of
sure.
the cats are in there probably. But
Just the food, cat food just sitting in the bottom.
it's just a whole bag of cat food and a cat. We figured he could eat while he was in there.
Yeah.
Gonna be okay. But
I got Molly webbing on the outside for anything else you need.
yeah, we'll attach the dog to the outside. But you could have them start the process of getting ready to leave because obviously you want to get going. You need to get out of
I
there,
want to
right?
do a video like that.
I know. So getting pulled over or causing undue attention to yourself on the way home is just gonna cause delays, and you need to get out of there, right? And also, are you currently driving the vehicle that you plan to bug out with? Cam talked about this, right? If so, great. Have your family ready at the door with the cat in the bag and the gear that you need, and so you can load up as soon as you pull up. But if not, they could start loading up whatever vehicle you're taking
Yeah.
at the moment, right? because
This would not happen.
No, it
it's a great idea.
It is a great idea. I mean, this is obviously a perfect situation.
Usually when we go out to Brigham, I'm like, okay, well, I'll be home at this time. I come home, nothing's ready.
Yeah, it's like
My wife gets the kids ready, so I'll give it to her. But it's like
everything else is not.
no one's done anything.
No one's done anything. Oh no, we have to clean the house before we go.
Yeah.
Oh no, the garbage needs taken out. Oh,
But it is a responsibility I left on them alone.
Yes.
Like you said.
sure.
So you don't have to do it.
Yeah. Why
So,
would you do it? If
we
you
are
didn't
being
have to?
selfish.
You are being selfish. Again, if it's not the vehicle that you plan to bug out in, have the family load that up, have it ready. Stopping for fuel is probably out of the question.
Yeah.
I mean, probably. So hopefully you at least have that half tank like Cam's
Facebook
talked about.
ruined that, I'm sure.
Ugh.
Everybody go get your gas.
Fuel's gone. Nobody can get any more. My uncle took it all.
The riders are drinking it.
Yeah. All the Democrats took the fuel.
All the Molotov.
Yeah.
Made with our... Yeah.
The gays and the Democrats took all the fuel. Nobody can have any now. So I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
That's Facebook for you.
That
in
is
our
Facebook.
area. Yeah.
That is exactly what
Hopefully,
our area is.
no, hopefully you have like some gas cans with some available. They could maybe fill it up in the driveway, or you could when you got home. They're not going to fill it up.
I poured it on the backpack.
Poured it in with the cat and the food.
Yeah.
So
It's a dry bag. It's
smelled
good.
gassy in there. Is your primary bug out location out of harm's way, right? Because maybe it was in the next town.
Maybe it was at your workplace.
It was your workplace. It's not downtown was your bug out area. Obviously, that's not what you want
Go
to do.
get your family.
Yeah.
Go back into it.
Is it near any of the towns that are included in this chaos right
True.
now? Do you need to alter that? If you do, think about getting in a smaller town, at least 50 miles or so out of the craziness. Maybe it has a hotel or something you can stay in, right? Or do you have family in a smaller rural town that you can go to? I don't think this situation really needs you to go off grid into the wilderness. Like that's not yet.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like, oh, there's a riot in my town. We're going camping.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, that's a possibility. Like you could do that, but if you can go to a hotel, feels better, right? Somewhere that's not inside of the chaos.
Yeah.
Because really,
Or if it's moonfall, you just go and get a hotel in the middle of
it.
Right.
Just get a hotel downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah. As the place burns to the ground. You do want to try as much as you can to keep internet access or data access with your phone so you can monitor the situation. As you're bugging out, I would make contact with other family, close friends, update them on your situation, update them on your plans so that they understand where you're at, where you're going, that type of thing. Once you're at that bug out location or you're at an alternative safe zone, monitor the situation closely. Obviously, for several reasons, you want to know when you can safely go back home. You don't want to be out there for longer than you need to.
Yeah.
Obviously. Also, if you need to bug out even further away to another area, you're going to know that. Is the chaos spreading? Are things going downhill? Is this like a nationwide catastrophe?
Yep.
So those are some things that you'll have to consider when you're bugging out and as you're bugging out. You know, I feel that in this case, make other plans as soon as possible. Think about some other long-term shelter, a long-term bug out location. If meds are a thing that you have to get and you don't have them, start figuring that out like ASAP right now because it's going to be a big deal. Think about fuel. Think about food and water. Those are the things that you have to think about because does this short-term bug out become a long-term bug out, medium-term bug out,
There's
all that
a
kind
lot.
of stuff.
There's a lot.
There's a lot
with
to
this
think
plan.
about.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So that's kind of your plan C, right? That's ABC.
That's the toughest one for sure.
It's definitely not easy, but it could honestly be the best option depending on how this plays out. That's the whole thing. You don't know how things are going
Or
to
just
play out.
bypass your home and just go to the hills.
Yeah.
You don't need all that baggage.
Your family might not even know what's going on, to be honest with you.
Yeah, don't even inform them where you're going. Just get going.
Again, you don't have to deal with getting more bags. You don't have to deal
turn off
with
iCloud so you can track you.
Exactly. But yeah, let's talk about that, Cam. What are your overall thoughts on this thought experiment? What did you learn from it? What do you think? How would you personally handle it?
You know, for me, like plan B makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to want to get home to my family and stay safe there.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is leave all that I have.
Yeah.
But it does depend hugely on what exactly led to the riot. You know, it's like, is it more widespread? Is it going to get worse?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's hard because you do put yourself at a lot more risk leaving your workplace. Like if you're close to your workplace, I mean, a lot of people are going to go back.
Right.
And just figure things out there, and you may end up just staying there. So I think for me, it's B, then A, then C.
Yeah, and it very much depends on how the situation plays out, and as you're monitoring it, what kind of updates you're getting, and you have to decide how to respond. And that's the whole thing about with preparedness, anyways. It's never going to be like plan A is the plan.
Yeah,
right. You have to constantly.
All
monitor.
of them are kind of in motion.
Yeah.
It's like. And you just got to pick which one you're going to stick with
at that moment, right? And A could become B, could become C at any moment, and so that's why I think it's good to think about these things, because Plan A isn't the right answer, Plan B isn't the right answer, Plan C is not. They're all going to be involved as the situation is in flux and things are liquid.
I think if I was trying to get out of town and I couldn't get out of town, I'd probably go back to my workplace before I got on, went by foot through all of it.
I think I would too, because most likely
still shelter, you can still protect yourself.
You probably have
better.
a few preps there. I know I do. I got a whole box of stuff here.
You don't have water?
I do have water.
You said you didn't have water.
I don't have water bottles. I do have water though.
It's contaminated.
It's contaminated. Yeah. So that was a fun one to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
riots would suck.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I know
vehicle and you can run all
the
over.
hairbands say rioting's. I want to riot and all that kind of stuff. But it's not all it's cracked up to be.
No, it isn't. If you have long hair, you're screwed.
Yeah, keep your hair
in. Have that out.
Keep it in.
Don't put it out.
That doesn't matter what kind of hair you're talking about.
I can't tell you how many times.
Yeah.
This is a problem.
Like you see them walking down the street with their hair out. Like, yell at them. Let them know. Teach them. That
you're at risk.
You're at risk.
You're going to get your hair yanked.
Get in the back of the car.
You're going to get caught in a car or something.
I'm deputized.
Knock it off.
Knock it off.
10 kids.
Yeah.
Hair
One thing you would think about in this situation if you ended up on foot is you want to have the stamina. You want to be able to get out of there.
Yeah.
One of the things is keeping hydrated.
Yeah, you're not going to walk like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to keep hydrated. Right?
For sure.
And if you didn't know, electrolyte deficiency or imbalances, they can also cause headaches, cramps, fatigue, weakness. Do you want that when you're trying to bug out or trying to get out of a riot? You really don't. As people who want to be prepared and ready for anything, the last thing you need is something that will slow you down when you need to be ready the most. That's why we at Casual Preppers have teamed up with Element. It is a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything you need and nothing that you don't. We think Element is perfect for bug out bags and EDC kits. You're on a 5-mile hike, run out of a riot, you have some on your EDC kit, you throw it in your water, and you know that your body's going to be working at a much better pace than it would before, right?
Yeah.
Because it contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio, 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And the cool thing is, if you're a Casual Preppers listener, you can get a free Element sample pack when you make any purchase through our exclusive link. And that is in the show notes. That's in our link tree and all our social media. And that gets you one packet of every flavor. The cool thing is, doesn't matter.
Keep getting
use
that
it every
packet.
time. Get it every single time. Element actually just sent me another free pack the other day of stuff, of the new chocolate ones out of nowhere.
Oh, really?
It was like 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, I was like, cool. Thanks, Element. Pretty awesome. This offer, again, may be claimed for first-time and returning Element customers, but you got to use our link. Go to drinkelement.com. That's LMNT.com/Casual Preppers. Get your order and your free sample pack. That's drinkelement.com/Casual Preppers.
It's time for the quick and dirty
I
medical
needed to
tip.
slow down because I had to get to the right button and I couldn't get there. If you
Draw the word out. There was something happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, you didn't know. If you weren't watching, you couldn't see
that
me.
word wasn't just strategically to sound cool.
That was for real.
So quick and dirty. Tear gas, pepper spray, those are sucky.
Yeah, it's not good.
And in this scenario, you may be faced with getting it in your face.
Gosh.
Agent CS.
Chair out.
So Agent CS, the most commonly used form of tear gas, is a crystalline powder that is converted into a fine spray and propelled from a grenade or canister lobbed by some guy on top of a policeman's shoulders.
By me, Deputy Coonrad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just Sheriff Coonrad on it.
Sheriff Coonrad, Deputy Coonrad's throwing at Agent CS.
But yeah, so that's the most common one. And then Agent OC is basically pepper
Orange
spray.
County?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Ocean spray C.
Ocean spray.
So I thought this was interesting. Tear gas was classified as chemical weapon in 1993 and banned from use in international warfare. But law enforcement officers in the United States still feel it's necessary.
Interesting. Yeah.
So to protect yourself from this, face masks, scarves, bandanas large enough to cover your face and chin. You want to basically get your skin out of the way.
What if you had your hair out
Yeah.
and wrapped that around your face?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's why, that's a perfect example of good use for your hair.
Okay.
But yeah, you want to limit as much skin exposure because it just burns like a mother.
Don't show the skin.
Yeah. Shatter resistant eye protection.
Midriff shirts are a no-no. I gotta stop wearing
It's a
them.
big burn.
That's my problem. I keep wearing them.
It's hard if you want to blend into the riot and
I know.
try to protect yourself.
Like, I always
It's
gotta have
hard.
my tummy
There's
showing
Yeah. Yeah.
when I'm trying to look cool.
Hair out, tummy showing. Yeah. Half your thigh from your cut off jeans.
Yep.
Cover your skin, okay?
All right.
Closed protective shoes. Don't be running in flip flops through that riot.
Stupid flip flops.
I guarantee you there will be plenty of them that are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then avoid wearing contact lenses. You want to be blind, but not be blinded by the chemical. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you can't see it coming, you're fine. But no, contact lenses will trap that chemical and just burn the bejesus out of your eye.
Oh, beautiful.
Continually. So
Beautiful.
you probably want to take them out. You want to carry some glasses with you, obviously. We don't ever talk about that a lot. That if you wear contacts, like in
Have some
bugging out and all that,
glasses.
you really need to have a pair of glasses
Yeah.
available in wherever you're at.
Or get some swim goggles that are
Yeah, exactly.
that
That
you
have
can see.
prescription.
The prescription swim goggles.
So when the canister explodes, it sprays all that into the air. It'll stick on your clothing. It'll stick on your skin. It'll get in your eyes. So obviously, the best way to treat it is to immediately get out of that tear gas and to remove any clothing. So I just do it in the middle of the whole thing.
Just take the. Well, no, you
Just
got to
strip
get out of
down.
the gas.
No,
right?
You
No.
just yeah.
Okay.
No, you want getting out of the gas, and then
Naked.
you want to get your clothes. What's that?
Naked.
Yeah, naked.
Naked.
You want to get it all off because your clothes are just gonna hold on to that, and so it's gonna get in your face if you take off your bandana and expose your face. So take off all your clothes. Okay.
Okay.
The other thing is there's kind of some misconceptions about using milk and baking soda and stuff like that, but cool water has
Baking
proven
soda?
baking soda.
Oh, baking soda.
They've actually proven that there's no difference between cool water and using baking soda and milk.
love
I mean, who's
cool
carrying
water.
milk with them all the time?
I always got some baking soda.
So you would think, using a basic solution or something like that, and
Sure,
pouring
yeah.
milk on you would do better. And I think I even said that in the first Right episode, but
Is chocolate
Researching-
milk or strawberry milk any better?
they've got to be. Vanilla
Strawberry
milk's
milk
the
feels
best.
like-
This is hard to
What
find.
is?
Vanilla milk.
Oh, vanilla.
It's hard to find.
Is it?
Yep. There is one small randomized controlled trial that did show that baby shampoo is no better than water. Gotcha.
Dang it.
Guess. Baby wipes and makeup wipes, if water is not immediately available, may cause increased irritation. Again, just use water. So yeah, just use water. Wash yourself
Okay.
off with just water. You don't need all those fancy things.
Yeah.
In fact, the wipes and stuff are probably worse.
Okay.
So, anyways, those are some tips.
Cool.
Clean yourself off with just regular water. Get your clothes off if you get any of these chemicals.
Just take
on
my
you.
clothes off. That's the thing I'm getting out of this.
Yes, I highly recommend
Okay,
that for everybody.
perfect.
Flush your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Water.
Perfect.
Another reason to store more water.
Yeah.
If you're getting in and out of these riots,
You're going to need a lot of it.
you got to drink it and
Yeah.
rinse yourself off.
Awesome. I like that,
So,
Cam.
I think last time we talked about like milk and all that. Don't make it confusing. Just rinse
Get some water.
yourself off with just water.
New information.
And
from
get rid
8
of
years
those
ago.
clothes.
Yeah.
Get rid of those clothes.
I like that. Cam, we do have the latest Crate Club. It's always fun when the Crate Club shows up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Theirs is always mixed
beaster.
with stuff I haven't seen.
Yes. The first item in the box is the Johnny Slick's Rugged Beast Bar.
Oh yeah.
You're going to rub that on your naked body. Right?
Proven to help with riot gas.
Exactly.
Not proven.
Then we got the Ben Shot Rocks glass.
Sounds strong.
This is got a bullet in there.
Yep.
308.
Can't make it on your own, so be glad you get this.
Broke.
I tried a million times.
10 glasses. Then we got the Grail GeoPress Purifier. Gotta love the Grail. Great stuff.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Then we have the hat. Just says A. I don't know why it just says A on top of here. The cash cap. It's the Wazoo cash cap.
Wazoo cash cap.
They got great stuff. Then we got the Civivi Quibbit knife. Quibbit. Civivi. Quibbit. Leave him alone.
Pull that knife, you better quit it.
Yeah, that's
Getting
a good,
that knife
that's,
out.
Civivi has great stuff.
They do.
And then we have the Gray Ghost Minimalist Plate Carrier.
That's new.
That is new. It's a new
This
one
is
there.
a camo one.
And then we have the Halo Optics Z1000 rangefinder. That's a pretty cool little
sweet.
rangefinder. Yeah. And then the last item is the Gray Ghost Admin Pouch. You were just talking about little pouches to, help. It's funny.
Interesting.
There it is.
Crate Club was listening.
They were. Get yourself a Crate Club.
Yeah, I
It's
want
good
like
stuff, man.
20 of these.
Yeah. Cam, thank you. Good job. You did well. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I made a new word for you all
You
again.
did. Kerfoo.
I always have some new words for you.
All right, guys. Thanks. Stay survived.